Well, low back pain is serious business. You can't sit, you can't walk, you can't sleep comfortably.
And so many people suffer. About 80% of adults will experience low back pain at some point. Holly Connealy did it for 10 years.
She did, and she's with Dr. Drummond of the Spinal Balance Health Center. Good morning to both of you.
Welcome back. It's nice to meet you, Holly.
Thank you. Holly, low back pain. I've had it. I've had problems with it in the past. I think you've had some low back pain, haven't you? Many people have. Describe your symptoms. What was going on?
I have, like you said, had it for about 10 years, which I thought I kind of was going to have to live with. After you have something for as long as 10 years, you kind of think it's just going to be your life. So, but recently, in about the last 2 years, I had quite a few other symptoms. I had a lot of neck cracking, jaw popping, and honestly, a lot of digestive issues. And with digestive issues come bowel issues, which isn't any fun. So I really thought I had so many things going on that I was really sick. So I think beyond physical issues, it becomes a little bit mental, you know,
and a lot emotional.
A lot emotional, and kind of creates anxiety. So what's interesting is I found Dr. Drummond, though, through you guys.
Really?
I was one of the first 15 callers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I got started on this path.
And so what happened? You go to his office. I imagine you tried other treatments over the 10 years that you were suffering from those different things.
Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. A lot of ibuprofen, which is really the way to go, but a lot of people do because it's an easy thing to do, and you just think you can kind of get through it.
So what happened when you went to see him and he does this first adjustment?
Well, you know what? We did an x-ray, which was really awesome and very informative, very good at explaining to you what's going on in your body. And telling you kind of what's going to happen in the path you're going to take and whether he really feels like he can help you, which we both felt like he could.
And so you chose this path, you had a plan together, and then you had that first treatment. What happened after you began care?
It's a process. It didn't happen in the first couple of adjustments, but through treatment, I've just had a huge relief in my back pain. And some things happen sooner than others, but I don't have any of my digestive problems anymore. I don't have any of my bowel issues, and for being a tennis player, that's good.
That's awesome. And for the day-to-day.
That's a problem.
Like, right, to function throughout and to be able to have some predictability throughout your day that you can just live.
Exactly. So I have been relieved of all those things. And I had a lot of tiredness in the legs. I had a lot of joint pain in my big toes, and in all honesty, that is all gone. So it's been amazing.
Have you marveled that all of that stuff seemed corrected because of this tiny bone in your neck?
Well, and that's the great thing, is that he was very explained how important it is, and if you can get your body in the right alignment, that your body basically heals itself, which is what the goal is.
We've talked to a lot of Dr. Drummond's patients on this show, and it seems like a lot of them are surprised about the actual treatment. Was there anything that surprised you about NUCCA care?
Yeah. It's such a subtle adjustment, but so effective. I mean, it's just, you know, if you've done any other chiropractic care, it's just so different. And this is just a very subtle movement that allows your body to get back into alignment and allows your nervous system to get healthy.
NUCCA care is highly specialized. That's why we say it's not like anything else you might have tried before. How do you know if you're a candidate? Because I mean, a lot of these things start piling up, and that's what brought her in. But for everybody else watching,
to know if the atlas is out of alignment and interfering with nerves in the way that can be affecting her in the way it was, we first just look at posture. Shoulders being uneven, hips being uneven, legs being uneven. That is directly caused by misalignments at the top of the neck, interfering with the way the body controls the back muscles.
And what are we looking at in this diagram?
In this, well, that shows normal is on the right. You've got a guy that has muscles pulling evenly on his framework, even shoulders, even hips, even legs. The left-hand side shows what it would look like if somebody had an upper cervical misalignment interfering with the nerves that control the back muscles. And you can see on the right side of the body, it's pulling the shoulder and the hip closer together, giving uneven hips and shoulders, but more importantly, at the very bottom, if the TV at home is big enough, they can see a short leg that now that person has to adapt to. And once you throw out the dynamics of your structure because you're adapting to a short leg, there's any number of areas that can be affected. For her, it was the low back. It started getting into the neck. It affected the nerve roots of the low back, affecting the digestive system. But everybody's different.
Tell us about the actual treatment. What are you doing in the treatments, and how do the nerves, are they affected by what you do?
When the atlas goes out of alignment, it leaves down what we call a reduction pathway, and everybody's is different depending on the accident. And once we figure out how the atlas is misaligned, then through a very specific set of films, we can determine what we need to do to move it back into position through a very specific correction. In the lateral columns of the brain or the spinal cord, there are nerves that control posture. That's why we see a lot of biomechanical problems. But there's nerves that control digestion, blood flow, blood pressure, any number of different things that can cause full body issues.
Holly mentioned she was one of the first 15, and for our viewers who haven't seen your segments before, they might wonder, what does that mean? This is what it means. He brings us a special offer because he knows a lot of you are going to be new to NUCCA care. You're going to be curious about it. Could it help me? Well, take advantage of this offer. For just $50, you get this whole package to go in, have a consultation, get those special x-rays done, see if it's right for you. And you'll need the number to call. Let's show you that. It's 402-452-3400. Online, it's spinalbalancehc.com. Dr. Drummond, it's always good to see you. And Holly,
it's good to be here.
Terrific news for
glad
you.
You're feeling better.
Thank
feeling
you.
a lot better now?
Yeah, amazing. It's been a huge relief. So.
Thank
Great.
you for coming
Thanks
in
for
and sharing
Thank you
your
for
story.
having me.
Guest of the morning.